Well, so firstly, people think you're insane. Okay, so when you explain to people that you're looking to, so firstly, when you're looking to start a life insurance business, most people do it with a ton of capital, right? I guess that's one minor issue if we park that for a moment. The other thing is, there's a reason nobody wanted to enter this piece of the market. Okay, and the reason they didn't want to enter this piece of the market is it appears very highly risky, right? It appears like it's a very bad idea. And really, what we had to do is we had to. So once you tell the story, once you explain that you're going to change people's mortality, that you're going to help them live a long time, that's all well and good. But then people go, well, okay, now show me you can do it, right? So I mean, the hardest thing was kind of getting through the long duration it actually takes to deliver stuff, kind of having kind of commitment and going, kind of building a business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. There's Facebook, but then there's the hundreds of thousands of other businesses, and really what you do is you take a whole lot of little steps, and those little steps can be sometimes horribly demoralizing at how small they are. And you take thousands of them, and then you look back and you've taken a lot of steps. And that's the kind of the big realization is, I mean, you go from a space, a world which you want immediate feedback, you want immediate gratification, you want things to, you want to do something today and things to happen tomorrow, and it just doesn't work that way, right? You have to do something today, tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, and keep on doing it. And then after a while, things gain momentum and things get moving. And it's that realization of time, and for me, kind of patience is to call it the capitalist friend, the entrepreneur's friend. If you can stick the road has great rewards, but it's sticking the road is really, really difficult. So there are kind of interactions along the way that were challenging. So kind of raising capital initially, but I come from that space, which made it a little bit easier. But kind of venture capital, private equity, debt, we've got now an insane number of financial instruments. We've got seven people out of McKinsey, right? So one of my friends was leading McKinsey. The other is a doctor. He comes out. He was CEO of a medical business. And what it meant, though, was between the three of us, we had immediate credibility with quite senior level people in corporates, which I think most younger entrepreneurs struggle with, right? So we could actually call people up and we would be seen, maybe only once, okay, and you stuff up. So we could open a door. And sometimes the issue is opening the door. Sometimes the issue is what you're going to say when you're on the other side of the door. So you get one opportunity to kind of destroy your reputation, if you will. Okay, but often, so we had some credibility already built up, which allowed us entree into an environment that a lot of people wouldn't get to see. So you come in with a level of credibility, and I think a lot of people struggle with that initial, kind of, I have a great thing, I have this wonderful concept, this wonderful idea. I would say that ideas are cheap. Okay, so great ideas are less cheap, I'll grant you that, but ideas are cheap. It all comes down to delivery. Can you actually make it happen? Kind of the best ideas in the world we've probably never heard of because nobody actually managed to bring them to fruition. And it's the combination of the two, and getting that delivered is difficult. So then we spent the next year and a half building the IT systems to actually drive this. So we linked into the healthcare industry of South Africa. We've got lots of cool IT pulling data, and we can tell what our clients are doing, and then our system tells us how to intervene. So we'll get a CD4 count. Our clients give us permission to access their data. We get their information. We see this CD4 count was that, something 6 months ago was something else, 6 months before that was this, and it means that they should be doing X, Y, or Z. And it pops up on a call center agent screen, and we call our clients and we go, hi John, you really need to go back to your doctor and discuss this kind of issue because you really need to intervene. And what we see is our clients get healthier, our clients live longer. Kind of there's this joke, and I read it probably on on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. But there's the comment that you give up an 8-hour-a-day job so you can work for yourself for 12 hours a day, right? Or 24. Okay. And that's the reality. The reality is it's not the cool entrepreneur life. That maybe you get it a little later, right? Okay. But when you start out, it is an insane amount of work, and some of it is real drudgery. You got to accept you don't only get to do the cool stuff. The cool stuff is the strategy and the thinking and the planning, and then you've got to do. And doing means doing a ton of the very small stuff that in big organizations other people do, I guess. But you have to be willing to do everything. You've got to be the person who buys the printer paper because somebody needs to do that. But you've also got to turn around and have a meeting with the CEO of a massive company and explain to them that your legal department, their legal department is going to look at this SLA. Tomorrow you go, well, your guys are going to have to look at it. You leave the meeting. You are the guys, okay? You are the legal department. You take the contract. You're up all night because their team is up all night. And you come back the next day and you go, my guys had these kind of comments, right? You've got to accept that there's an insane amount of drudgery that you are going to do, and everything takes dramatically longer than you think. Dramatically longer. Kind of when we started, we got asked how long is it going to take before you launch, and we actually thought 3 months. Kind of in our hearts, we thought 3 months, because it seems insane to think that anything can take longer than 3 months, right? You can do anything humanly possible can be done in 3 months. So we said 6 months, and we launched in 2 years. It took us 2 years. Okay, so you have no idea how long things take, and how tough some of the things are.